What's going on, guys? It's Michael MGF, and today I'm going to be doing my first review since the Civil War sets came out 5 months ago. I've just been doing nothing but making tons of custom minifigures and showcases for the past 5 months, and I haven't reviewed a single set. But today, I'm changing that with Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum, and the set number for this one is 76060. The recommended ages are 7 through 14, and it has a piece count of 358, while the price point is $29.99. Great price for a great set, and I'll get into all that in a minute. But yeah, guys, it is great to finally be doing a review again. It has been far too long. I've missed out on so many great sets LEGO has been putting out in the past 5 months that I wish I had the time to review, but regardless, this review as it is late. This set came out August 1st, but I was at Brick Fair, Virginia 2016 from August 1st all the way up until like August 10th. So that's pretty much the only reason I have not already reviewed like this set, the tanker truck, you know, other sets that have come out August 1st, because I've just been in Virginia for like nearly the past 2 weeks. So yeah, but I'm here now. This set is awesome, and definitely stay tuned toward the end of the video. I'm going to be talking about the upcoming X-Men minifigures that I know a lot of you guys have questions about. And then also on top of this review, I'm going to be doing the tanker truck takedown from Captain America Civil War, along with the Rebel Combat Frigate from Star Wars Rebels. So with all that said, let's get started. Okay, so kicking off what is probably going to be a fairly lengthy review with, of course, Doctor Strange. This minifigure is awesome. This figure has a lot going for it and pretty much everything you would want in the Doctor Strange minifigure. And we're going to start off with like his mystical abilities, to put like LEGO has portrayed here on these 2x2 clear discs, which are super cool. And they have all kinds of like calligraphy like printed all around it in like a ring formation. It's super cool, the design work that went onto these, and it's just, they're great little pieces. And then I haven't really discussed these pieces in any of my reviews, obviously, because I haven't reviewed anything in several months, but the little pieces that actually like attach the discs and that are actually attached to the discs that are allowed for the minifigure to clip onto them, these little pieces here that some have even used for like Green Lantern rings, these are really cool. Like these little like hinge pieces that have the like stud molded onto it. Super cool piece that I'm getting to discuss here in this review for the first time on my channel. But yeah, absolutely love these pieces that come with Stephen Strange, and we're going to go ahead and remove them, like I said, so we can get a better look at the minifigure itself. And so, I mean, everything going on here is pretty much what you would expect from the design. It pretty much nails everything. One thing I did notice, though, and now that I actually have the minifigure, is that while the entire outfit from the legs all the way up to the torso and even the cloak of levitation, that's all taken straight from the movie, the head, I noticed LEGO almost took a more classic approach with the Doctor Strange head, because it really doesn't look like Benedict Cumberbatch at all. I mean, the face is not him, and the hair certainly isn't either. And I mean, that's honestly kind of okay. I mean, I'm going to be making my own anyway, but I mean, I was just kind of surprised that they went with like a movie, you know, the movie outfit, and then for the face and the head, it's just not Benedict Cumberbatch. Either that, or it was based off concept art, which has now since been outdated. Who knows? But yeah, anyway, so the hairpiece, you've seen it before, used on God knows how many minifigures at this point, but it has like the white hair printed onto the sides, which is definitely super cool. And if we go ahead and remove it, though, to give you a better look at the face, as I said, the face really doesn't resemble Benedict Cumberbatch, but it still does look like a really good, like, generic Doctor Strange head overall. And if we go ahead and turn it around, you can see the alternative facial expression for him is more aggressive and definitely pretty cool. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and actually real quick, just to show you what it looks like with the hairpiece on, that aggressive facial expression. There you go. We're going to go ahead and remove the head and the hair there so we can get a better look at the iconic cape, the cloak of levitation. At first, I thought this was going to be two separate pieces, and I mean, it kind of looks like two separate pieces, but just joined together to make one. This is all one cape, and I was really surprised because we've had capes similar to this that were two separate pieces, like for on like the vampire minifigures, for instance. But no, the cloak of levitation, this is all one cape, and I think that is super cool, and it works out really well. And especially the way you fold it on, yeah, I mean, it's a great little piece, and I'm surprised that they made it one piece. So yeah, super awesome cape for the cloak of levitation, but but then the torso design to discuss this is really great as well, featuring all the necessary details that you would expect out of it, looking awesome. It's got the Eye of Agamotto in, like on his necklace there, and it's kind of a spoiler if I say anything else about that, but there's definitely going to be something pretty cool going on with that in the movie, and it's super cool to see it printed onto the Lego minifigure here. And then of course all of his robes and everything else extending onto the legs. The leg printing is fantastic. This minifigure is fantastic, and he even has the printing on the back of the torso despite him having the cape on and everything. This is a great minifigure, guys, and honestly, he's hands down the best one in the set. And even though it's not Benedict Cumberbatch, it is a great Doctor Strange minifigure. Next up, we've got Carl Mordo, who can otherwise, of course, be referred to as Baron Mordo. This figure is also fantastic. This is a perfect portrayal of Chiwetel Ejiofor, and I guess now that we're already talking about the actor, I'll go ahead and really position his quarterstaff so you can see the face a little bit better. That face completely nails Chiwetel Ejiofor. That is his face on a Lego minifigure. That is fantastic, and I could not be happier with this design. This is on the freaking awesome head, and we're going to go ahead and turn it around, though, to give you a look at the aggressive facial expression, and it's super cool. And if we go ahead and put the hairpiece back on, you can see it is just as consistent as the face you saw on the front, and I absolutely love that head. We'll definitely be using it on my own custom minifigure, and you'll notice the hairpiece, of course, is Finn's hairpiece from The Force Awakens, and it's cool to see that being used on more minifigures. So yeah, and then as I mentioned a second ago, the quarterstaff, just like a basic rod piece. You've seen this before, and I'm guessing that there's probably a much better design, going on for his staff in the movie. I don't know, I have yet to see it, but Lego has since portrayed it as just that rod that you see there. But anyway, just to get it out of the way so we can get a better look at the torso and everything else, you'll notice the torso has a fantastic design on it. Absolutely love everything going on with Mordo's torso. I mean, Lego has no problems with torsos on their minifigures. And then of course, just like Stephen Strange, continuing all the way down the legs, and it looks absolutely fantastic. This is a perfect Mordo minifigure. Could not be happier the way this one ended up looking in this set. And then of course the design and the detail does extend onto the back of the torso, and honestly, aside from the staff not being overly exciting as an accessory for him, this is still an absolutely awesome minifigure. And finally, Tilda Swinton's character, the Ancient One. This is another minifigure with a fantastic face design. That face is totally spot on to Tilda Swinton, and that could not be better looking. That is a fantastic likeness, and then the detail does continue on the back of the head as well, which is also super awesome. And just to get them out of the way, her like mystical fans are really cool pieces. I'm pretty sure like these pieces have obviously existed before. I've never really seen them in clear before, or maybe they are new pieces and I'm just totally ignorant on the subject, and I just have not seen enough. I've not been paying attention to enough sets recently in these past 5 months, but regardless, they're very cool, molded in the clear color. We haven't seen her use these in the trailers or anything yet, so it'd be awesome to see if she does actually use these in the film. Regardless, Lego has printed like a ton of like golden like calligraphy, like printed pretty much all over the entirety of them, and I believe it's printed onto both sides of each fan, and it's super cool. Fantastic accessories for the Ancient One here. But just to remove them to give you a better look at the minifigure, we'll go ahead and discuss the colors for a second. The colors are definitely a little bright, and I'm almost like 100% certain she is going to wear this outfit in the movie, and while the colors may not be this bright, really, I mean, Lego's color palette is pretty limited, so that's understandable. Regardless, the gold torso is super cool, and the printed designs of the purple robes that extend over the front of it and down onto her legs. I mean, this is overall a great looking minifigure, and the leg printing, again, just to give you a better look at that, fantastic stuff. And just taking a look at the back of the torso, you'll notice it's definitely the more under detailed back torso printing out of all three of the minifigures, but that's totally okay. This is a great minifigure. All three of the minifigures in this set are fantastic, and this set, as I will discuss over the course of the rest of this video, is definitely worth that $30. So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual set so I can show you just as to why. Alright, so now onto the Sanctum Sanctorum itself. Now, quick disclaimer before we get into any of this, I'm not going to pretend like I'm the world's biggest Doctor Strange fan. I'm waiting for the movie to really, find my spot, like find my place where my entry point into, Doctor Strange as a character, to where I can, delve into his lore and everything that comes with his character. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I really know what the Sanctum Sanctorum is for, and I'm sure I'm going to get tons of comments filling me in on all of this from all of you hardcore Doctor Strange fans out there, and I know a limited amount about Doctor Strange, and my knowledge really doesn't extend that far, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my best to cover everything that I can see going on here in this set. And the build itself is very reminiscent to that of like what a friend of mine Joe said. Kind of looks like a Lego Ideas set, the way it's laid out, the way the playability features work, the way, you know, there's no flick fire missiles or spring loaded shooters. It's very much just a great build. I mean, that's what this set is, and it's fantastic just to look at. So I guess we'll go ahead and start off with I guess, man, where to start with this. There's so much going on in just this small little build here. So I guess we'll start off with you know, we'll go from left to right. How about that? All right, so the cloak of levitation over here, Doctor Strange's cape, you can see it's got this little like technical rod going on here that's meant to simulate sort of like a levitation effect for the cloak, and it's a cool idea, but definitely is a little awkward, and I think I prefer to keep the cloak, you know, on the minifigure, but definitely a nice effort regardless. And so there's that, and then right beneath it we have a chest, and if we go ahead and remove the chest from the plates here, so we can open it up and give you a look inside here, you can see we've got just like what appears to be just like a red gem, a red ruby. You know, we've seen this piece God knows how many times, and that's inside the chest. And then we also have a golden key. No idea if this key is actually going to hold any significance in the movie. I mean, this is there's not really much else to add. So there's that, and you can just go ahead and clip that right back onto the 2x3 available space, and it does hang off the side of the set just a little bit. And then right in front of that, we've got a pile of pretty much just some really cool looking stickers that all are meant to look like letters. I guess it's basically just like where they drop their mail inside the Sanctorum, and you can see one of them says to Doctor Strange, and that's pretty cool. Right above that, you've got another letter with a wax seal as part of the design, and then a similar one right there to the right. Very cool, and it's super awesome how they're like piled on top of like what appears to be like, I don't know, some rubble or what have you, you know, just some rocks, you know, with the dark gray plates there. So yeah, then our first bookshelf here, this is super cool. The bookshelves have a lot going on. Not only do they look really cool as builds in the way Lego, you know, utilize the you know, the one by one like brown cylinder pieces, but you've also got like this I mean, you know, you have a bunch of like mystical artifacts on these bookshelves, and you can see one comes in the form of like this mineral here, like this crystal, this pink transparent crystal, and that's super cool. You've got like a magician's hat right beneath it. Toward the top here, you've got like a lamp here, and that has a little chain that kind of dangles down to the side of the bookshelf, and then some actual books as part of the design here on the very bottom of the shelf, and that's super awesome. And then that brings us to the levitation effects that this set does provide, and it's pretty cool. As you can see, I'll go ahead and give you a look at the back of the set. This is pretty much what the back of the set looks like. Not much going on, but you can see that right here we've got these you know, you got the actual like clear rods that extend through the middle of the set, and you pretty much just work them from the back here. And so what the box implies is that, you know, while studying the mystic arts with Mordo, you can go ahead and take Stephen Strange, and you can, I guess we're gonna have to move these pieces up a little higher, or just flat out drop one on the floor. That works too. But you can go ahead and just put him, attach him to one of the, you know, to one of the 1x2 available spaces that the rods has right there, and then you can go ahead and take Mordo, and he looks a little angry while working on the mystic arts. I can words, and so you can go ahead and stick him there. And then, as I said, you know, you got the rods extending through the back of the set. You can pretty much just use those and make them look like they're levitating and doing you know, mystic things and bending realities, floating and things, and yeah, that's all I got. Anyway, we've got some like candles here, which are pretty cool, and then right on the table is honestly some of my favorite stickers that this set has. You can see we've got Shambhala, and if you saw the second trailer for Doctor Strange that came out during San Diego Comic-Con, you know that that is actually the Wi-Fi password for the Sanctorum, which I think is actually super cool. And I was building the set, and I'm like, you know, Lego probably made this and designed this set before they even, you know, before details like that even came out. They probably don't have it. You know, the Shambhala thing would have been so cool, and then I'm like, oh shit, there it is, it's actually in the set, and that's so awesome. And then you have an MCU Easter egg right there on the table as well, a letter from Stark Industries. I thought that was so cool. I love Lego's little MCU references that they put in other MCU sets outside of the Avengers and things like that. So yeah, anyway, the window, I do want to mention that. The window is super cool. Absolutely love the use of like these massive like metal, like I don't even know what to call them, but I've seen them in other sets, and it's super great, a great use of them. And it makes for such a great looking window design. And then if we go ahead and take Doctor Strange off of that little 1x2 available space there, we've got another bookshelf, and the bookshelf pretty much has the exact same layout. It's pretty much the exact same build almost, but you'll notice that there is a skull middle on the second shelf here, and then the same exact array of books, like actual books, on the top and bottom shelf. Because you look over here, the books are exactly the same on all the shelves, which is a little awkward, but who cares? It still looks good. And then we've got a wine bottle up here, one down here, and then a wine glass like toward the top there, you know, or just a cup rather, and that's pretty awesome. And then right here beneath our giant Rathtar over here, which I'll get to in a second, you can see that we do have what appears to be like a map. We've seen that printed tile God knows how many times at this point. The Codex Imperium, I'm guessing that these are going to be things that are going to be in the movie that I'm just not familiar with. So like all these like 1x2 or all these 2x2 tan tiles, like you'll notice that this map here with the red X, that is a printed piece that we've seen before. This like pirate treasure map, I guess, or what have you, that is also printed. But then the Book of the Invisible Sun and then the Codex Imperium that I pointed out a second ago, those are actually stickers, and they're really cool, and I'm guessing we'll probably see those in the movie at some point. So yeah, there's that, and we're just gonna go ahead and put Doctor Strange back here so he can levitate a little bit while we cover our Rathtar from The Force Awakens, even though that's really not what it is. What I think what LEGO refers to this as being a portal monster or something like that. It's basically meant to, like, this is, I guess, a portal that this monster is coming through, and it's pretty cool. It's just, it looks exactly like a Rathtar, and I can't look at it without thinking of that scene in The Force Awakens, but regardless, this holds the best feature that this set has to offer. This set of Technic wheels on the back, along with this actual wheel piece, you go ahead and spin this, and then the whole thing actually like pretty much rotates and does like this like attacking motion. It's super awesome and incredibly effective and great for playability. I was really surprised. I thought this thing was going to be totally frozen when I got this set, like it wasn't going to do anything, but you can go ahead and put a minifigure in here and act out a pretty cool like playability. You know, it makes for a really great playability feature, and you can act out a pretty cool, you know, scenario here if you can actually, you know, get the minifigure to, you know, rest within the tentacles properly. But of course you can adjust these tentacles and bend them however you want to maybe actually do that. And I was super impressed with this playability feature when when I discovered that it was actually a thing while building the set. But yeah, it's just super cool. And I like on purpose I bent the tentacles so that I'd be able to rotate it, as you see here, because of course you can bend them and like lock them up so that you wouldn't really be able to, you can actually constrict yourself if you bend them the wrong way. And that's why, I mean, personally, I don't think there is a right or wrong way to bend these tentacles, but personally I like to bend them in a way that I can actually, like spin this, spin the tentacles around a full 360, and it's a super cool feature that I was really not expecting. And right beneath our Rathtar friend, or I guess just our portal monster, you'll notice we have a lot of really cool designs here. Like, you'll see like all these different symbols, which is all part of one big sticker that is, that you stick onto this, giant smooth piece, and it's super awesome. I'm not going to pretend like I know what any of that is, but I can't wait to learn more about it when the film comes out. And also, I should mention the eyes on the portal monster are actually printed tiles, and I thought that was super cool and something worth noting. But yeah, guys, aside from that, that's really it for the Sanctum Sanctorum. This is such a great build, and from what we've seen in the trailers, this is a great build, that represents the Sanctorum from the movie, and I absolutely cannot wait to see what this looks like in the movie, and so I can actually appreciate the references that this set has to offer just that much more. But I mean, guys, for $30 this set is absolutely worth it. Not only do you get these 3 fantastic minifigures, but you get this great little build that has so much to offer from the movie, and I cannot wait to see how all this actually comes into play in the design of the Sanctorum in the film. And yeah, there's really not much else for me to add other than this is a great build, a great set of minifigures, and you should definitely pick this one up if you're as excited for Doctor Strange as I am. So yeah, guys, with that said, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the box, instruction manual, extra pieces, and we'll finally wrap up this review. The box is definitely pretty cool, and for the most part pretty effective. We've got the Doctor Strange logo down here in the bottom right corner, a quick little promo shot of Benedict Cumberbatch as Stephen Strange in the top right, all the new minifigures in the bottom left, the actual box art here, and then on the top we have all 3 minifigures included with the set once again, Doctor Strange sporting the actual size reference, and then on the back we have all the features that I just went over, along with an advertisement in the bottom right corner for lego.com/Marvel Superheroes with the Doctor Strange logo right above that. And it's definitely some pretty cool stuff, guys, and there's really not much else to add. It's the box. Now, for some strange reason, we get 2 instruction manuals with the Sanctum Sanctorum, and I don't know why. This could have easily fit into one book, but you can see that we have the first book covering the majority of the Sanctorum at 75 pages, and then for some reason, instead of just being in one book, it continues into a second book that's only about 31 pages, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 31 pages, and it's like, okay. It doesn't really matter, though, but if we continue, we can see we've got the same features, some of the same features that I just showed you on the back of the box. Another advertisement for Lego.com/Marvel Superheroes, along with the entire new line of Spider-Man sets, which I gotta say are fantastic. It's just, I don't have time to review these. These are too big, and it's just, I gotta say, though, I might pick up the Bridge Battle and the Ghost Rider set for myself, because those do look pretty freaking sweet. But yeah, just to cover it really quick, these sets do look great, even though, like I said, no time to review them. Lego just puts out too many sets for one Ross nowadays. But yeah, the extra pieces are kind of uneventful. I'm just going to go ahead and cover a few things in here. An extra fire piece. We get an extra printed eye for the portal monster. And then we also get an extra key and an extra ball piece from the cloak of levitation mechanism. And aside from that, the rest is pretty self-explanatory. So that pretty much does it, guys, for my review on this set. And finally, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video.
What's this, my mantra? The Wi-Fi password.
Hey! Thanos is already here, so do you think we could just skip the whole origin thing, and can you just come now? Alright guys, and there you go. That's it for my first review in 5 months on Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum. And if you enjoyed this comeback review of sorts, or maybe found it informative, or if it helped you at all in deciding as to whether or not you want to pick up this set if you haven't already, be sure to let me know by dropping this video a like below, and or your opinion on anything I might have said down in the comments, anything you might agree with, disagree with, any mistakes I might have made. It's all welcome, guys, and it always means a lot and definitely goes a long way. So, yeah. This set's great, and as I said, you should definitely pick this one up. As I've said throughout the entirety of this video, it's a perfect build from Doctor Strange, the film. I cannot wait for the movie in a couple months, and you also, of course, get these 3 fantastic minifigures that come along with this set, so definitely pick this one up, guys. It's absolutely worth that 30 bucks. This is one of the better sets I think has come out this year that I've picked up anyway, so, yeah, but I do want to clarify a couple things. As I said at the start of the video, I do want to mention what I'm doing right now, X-Men Apocalypse minifigures. I'm working on X-Men Apocalypse minifigures right now. I'm getting started on them here pretty soon. I already started on them a few months ago, but I should say that I'm continuing them, and you're going to see, hopefully, if you know, things go according to plan, a full showcase of 10 minifigures from X-Men Apocalypse. Regardless of how late it all is, I still want to make those minifigures because the movie was pretty awesome, and you can expect that hopefully in the middle of October, because that's pretty much my deadline before I have to start working on minifigures from Doctor Strange. I'm going to be making my own Stephen Strange, my own Mordo, my own Ancient One, and Caecilius the villain, played by Mads Mikkelsen. So you can expect all of that coming up within the next couple months, and while I work on all those custom minifigures, you can also expect a few reviews trickled throughout my, you know, my video schedule, like here and there, such as the Rebel Combat Frigate. I'm going to be reviewing that one pretty soon, a big set with Ahsoka debuting in it, and her Rebels, you know, like the Rebels version of Ahsoka, and then also, of course, the Tanker Truck Takedown. That, honestly, it has a bigger, you know, has a better chance of being reviewed than even the Combat Frigate, so I can't really guarantee any of these reviews, but I think the Tanker Truck Takedown definitely has a really good chance of me reviewing it. It's just every time I try to guarantee something, I don't know, things just have a tendency of not going according to plan. But right now I do have the Combat Frigate and the Tanker Truck Takedown that I hopefully will be reviewing pretty soon here on the channel while I work on my X-Men Apocalypse minifigures and soon Doctor Strange. And then to pile on top of all that stuff, you can also expect a full video from Brick Fair, Virginia 2016, and that, like I said at the start of the video, that's where I was from August 1st to August 10th, and that's why these reviews are so late, because I was having a blast with all my buddies there, and then also the vlog compilation from that convention on MGF Extra, which will be going up hopefully pretty soon here as well. So much to do, guys, so little time. 2016 is absolute madness, and that's why I really didn't have time to review any of the sets Lego has been putting out up until this point. So, yeah. Also, I should probably mention before I go, you can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, by the way. Links to all 3 of those are always down in the description below, and there I'm going to be posting all kinds of preview photos for the X-Men Apocalypse minifigures and the Doctor Strange minifigures as I work on them, along with some behind-the-scenes photos of my reviews and how I shoot them and other things like that. Almost forgot to mention that. Okay, I'm done. Goodbye! comments, and I mean, if you enjoyed the agree with, disagree with, you know, if I
You're not hauling Raptors on this freighter, are you?
I'm hauling Rathars.
so without that long, so